I can't believe I'm saying this, but today marks exactly 2 years from when I got my hair transplant done, and it's been one of the most life-changing journeys that I've embarked upon. I know it sounds kind of dramatic to say, but when I look back on the videos from where I started and the process of what it took to finally get this hair that I have right now and all the things I've shared with you guys along the way is absolutely mind-boggling, and I'm so grateful that I'm able to share it with you guys. For those of you who are new, my name is Amir, and I got a hair transplant done 2 years ago in Turkey. I got about 5,000 grafts done, and this was right here my starting point. I needed basically my hairline redone, add some volume and density in the mid scalp, and my crown in the back was probably the biggest area of concern. And I decided to go ahead and take that leap of faith and go ahead and get it done. And over the months, I've shared my journey with you literally month by month. For those of you who want to take that step for yourself, you guys were able to follow along and know exactly what to expect as I went through this journey. So in this video, I want to give you guys a 2-year update on how my hair has been holding up so far. If I've seen my hair loss progress, has it gotten worse, has it gotten better? Basically a long-term overview on what you can expect after you pass all the exponential gains that come within the first few months of your hair transplant. In 2021, when I decided to get my hair transplant, my hair literally made me look like I was in my mid to late 30s. It definitely took a huge toll on my confidence, the way I presented myself. I always had to worry about carrying those hair concealers to make sure that my bald spots weren't showing, or if it was in a scenario where my hair was getting wet or if it was getting windy, I was always kind of self-conscious on my bald spot. I didn't know how big of a toll it took on my mental health until I finally got it taken care of, and it was like one of the biggest reliefs I've had of one less thing I need to worry about, which is a pretty major thing in the way that I started to live my life and present myself. Definitely at any age it will affect you. I've worked with a lot of guys who are in their 30s and 40s and even 50s and it still affects them, but when you're in your earlier years, that is when it kind of affects you the most, because these are the times when you are in university, in school, going on dates, finding your partner, getting job interviews, putting yourself out there in the world, and your hair is a big part of your identity. I know a lot of guys just choose to embrace it and shave it off, and more power to you if you can go ahead and confidently embrace it, but there's a lot of us that just simply can't. And doing these hair loss treatments, especially something as significant as a hair transplant, can be a bridge in between that can actually help someone become confident again. I got about 5,000 grafts done, and it was definitely something that flew by pretty quick. And in the first few months, obviously went through the shedding phase, and after the 5th month, everything started to kick in. After your first 8 months to the year mark, your results will, pretty much be 100% there from the hair transplant. Those are basically your exponential gains. But over the past year, I think my hair has even gotten better, not only because of the hair transplant, but because I've kept up with some additional treatments, and I also tweaked my hair loss routine and regimen that really made the overall health of my hair better. So 2 years later, here's how my hair looks like close up. As you guys can see, my hairline, it looks amazing. It's, they put the single grafts in the front. Very, very hard to notice that, it's been an artificial hairline. So I was really happy about that. Mid scalp, man, this is probably one of the biggest game changers, because at first you'd be able to see right through my scalp in light, and I would have to put these concealers on. And right now, as I said, let me catch my hair, I have literally nothing in my hair. It's just literally blow dried up with some volumizing powder. And I think the crown has definitely even improved even more compared to year 1 because of the treatments that I've been able to keep up with. Even the bald spot that once used to be there, it has reduced significantly. Hair over there has definitely filled in quite a bit. And again, at this point, no more concealer, no more hats, and it's been just terrific. The overall volume and density has definitely gotten a lot better too, and I am like super shocked, surprised, and like delighted, honestly, that it's gotten even better after my first year mark, because I was like, hey, if last year those results that I got, if that's the best I guess, I would have been more than happy. But the fact that it got even a little bit better, hey, I'll take that. Now, one of the biggest contributors to that is going to be my post-care regimen and routine that I've kept up with, because a lot of people after their hair transplant, they think it's an end-all be-all solution, and they think that the hair loss is cured, they're fixed, but unfortunately hair loss does progress, and if you don't take care of it, you're gonna end up losing the hair again. After years and years, if you guys have seen my old videos like from back in 2017, I was trying to find the optimal hair growth routine, and you guys, and if you guys have been following me for a while, you have seen me go through the most ridiculous stuff, and finally, I think all these years later, I was able to find something. My goal was just to help me find a routine that will help me hold on to the hair and not lose anything more, but I'm really happy to say that this routine has actually helped me even grow back and add more volume and density to my hair after my hair transplant. So let me go ahead and reveal the stack to you. This right here, 1 milligram of finasteride. This was non-negotiable. I've been taking every day since 2018. So it's been what, 5-6 years. Yeah, it's been quite some time now. Second thing I've incorporated, especially after I started watching more Plates More Dates, is going to be 2% keto conazole shampoo. I've been using it since after my hair transplant. This is one of those DHT inhibitor shampoos. I've been using it about 3 times per week. The problem with keto conazole shampoo is that it gets really dry. So to combat that, I use this hair growth stimulating and thickening conditioner by Pure Biology. This has a bunch of natural ingredients such as argan oil, coconut oil, a bunch of amazing ingredients. And I use this conditioner a couple times a week right after the keto conazole shampoo, and it's helped me definitely add some more thickening and density into my hair. And I also use Vitafoam by Growplex. This is a minoxidil based formula that combines natural extracts and other DHT blockers that we've developed over the past year, and it's been launched for like 6 months now. It's one of my dearest projects that I've been so fortunate to work on. Essentially, this is like Rogaine, but way better because it has added natural ingredients that help support not just hair growth, but overall a healthy scalp. If you simply add a derma roller to this once a week, this will literally put this stuff on steroids. Studies have shown that using a derma roller with minoxidil literally doubles the results and increases efficacy up to 95%, which is insane to think about. And sometimes when I'm in a hurry, I don't use this. I'll even use this Dr. Pen. This is one of my electronic pens. This stuff goes by really quick. But if I'm just sitting at my desk and I'm just working, I'll just roll this while I'm doing it. But if I just want to have a day where I didn't get a chance to do it, I'll just go in the bathroom and I'll use this at the 1.5 millimeter setting. And this is a 0.75 millimeter setting. So again, this stack of my hair growth routine has been a cornerstone to why my hair is able to look this good and how I was able to basically even make my hair better after the 1 year mark of my hair transplant. That being said, if you're someone who is looking to get a hair transplant anytime soon, I have some tips for you. If you're thinking about the time to do, when is the best time for you to do your hair transplant, I used to agree with most of the people like, hey, the later you push it, the better, whatever. If your hair loss is already past a certain point and it's been progressing, like if you're doing minoxidil, finasteride, all that stuff, and it's not bringing back your hair, unfortunately, that's probably going to be the best that it's going to look. And if you're in your early, mid, or even late 20s or 30s even, and you've had to deal with a balding head and you're like, hey, I'm just going to wait until I reach the genetic peak of when I'm going to be the most bald. Unfortunately, the donor area in the back is basically the amount of hair that can be supported up over here. The more you wait and the more hair loss you experience, the more grafts that are going to be needed in order for you to have that fuller look again. If hair is a priority for you right now, I would definitely say jump in and just get it done. This is probably the best time to get it done, like in the winter months when you're not doing much. I got mine done in February, and by the time I was in summer, which is like June, July, by the time I was June, July, summertime was around and I was going out, I pretty much had most of my hair and I was good to go. Whereas if you do it in the warmer months, or in times where you're going to be going to a lot of events, weddings, whatever, and if you've been thinking about doing it for a long time and you want to pull the trigger right now, these slow months are probably the best time. And it's also when the clinics are the least busiest, so that means they can give you that little attention to detail needed if necessary to make sure that you get the best results possible. Secondly, make sure that you have a regimen and routine planned after your hair transplant, because as I said, hair transplant is not an end-all be-all solution. It's going to require maintenance afterwards to make sure that you don't lose the hair that you got from the transplant, and also that you're able to maintain the hair that is natively on your scalp. And if we can grow more by just doing these treatments, that combined with the hair transplant and everything is going to give you the best results. And this is something that's certainly worked for me, and I'm so happy that I kept up with these treatments afterwards to experience what I have now. Lastly, after you get your hair transplant, or if you've gotten yours by now and you're watching this video, I would say the biggest quality that you need to develop is patience. Everyone's hair grows differently. Most people, they grow on their as early as their 3 to 4 month mark. Most people grow on their 6 month mark. But I've even worked with clients who've experienced like an enormous amount of hair growth at their 8 to 9 to 10 month mark. If you got in the hair transplant done and those hair roots are implanted, they're not going anywhere. So they will grow. There's just gonna take some time. So just be patient with it. And while you're being patient, just make sure you do some of these routine and regimens that when the hair does come out, that combined with your native hairs can give you the best results possible. When I went back to Vera Clinic in October for the hair transplant tour, I actually sat with the doctor and I asked him like, hey, if I ever lose my hair again, how much hair can we pull from the back from my donor area? How much grafts do I have available in the back if hypothetically I wanted to get a second surgery. And they did the whole examination, and luckily after examining, they said that I have a lot of double and triple grafts still left in the back, which is great news, because if I wanted to, they said they can pull another 5,000 grafts out in the back and, you know, basically refill my hair if it ever came to that. Hopefully not. I can just keep up with these treatments and everything, and, you know, they're able to come to that. But if, let's say, you know, 10, 20, 30 years from now, if I'm still alive, like, if I ever needed a hair transplant, I'm glad that I still have grafts in the back. That's going to be able to support a pretty nice hair transplant again, but hopefully it doesn't come to that. And in the next video actually is going to be with Vincent. He was the German guy at Vera Clinic in the video that we filmed his hair transplant in October. So I'm going to bring him on. I believe it's like his 4th month. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at his results together. As someone who's gotten his hair transplant done just recently, like, I'm stoked to bring him onto the video and see his results and share it with you guys. So for those of you guys who are early on, can see, you know, can like compare and like see what it looks like for someone early on in the journey. And also I'll put a link below for the conditioner, as well as the Growplex hair growth kit. For finasteride and ketoconazole shampoo, you're gonna have to get a prescription for that. By the way, the link to the hair transplant clinic is also going to be in the description below if you guys want to go ahead and contact them and get your own quote. But other than that, hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.